Good morning, Virgo. Good night, good noon, good evening, good day, wherever you are in the world, whatever time it is. I say this every message, but I have to say it because I realize there's so many people that watch this video that are from different places, you know? It's morning right now where I'm doing this, but it could be nighttime for someone else while they're watching it, or even right now when I post it. You know, there's just a lot of things. That's why I don't just say happy holidays or like Merry Christmas or something, you know, because not everybody celebrates holidays. And also, like, just in the month of December alone, there's like 11 holidays. Don't hold me on that, but yeah. So, welcome. Thank you guys for being here, whether you are a Virgo or a Virgo cross watcher. I appreciate your presence. So, I wrote down something before we started, trying to do the right thing. That's what someone's doing here, okay? Now this could be you, it could be another, it doesn't, it can be reversed, but I don't know what that means though, but it feels like family is involved or a home situation. You know, it's like I need to do what's right for my life, but I also make sure that I do what's right for my family. I need to... It feels legal to me. I feel like some of you, it doesn't have to be, but some of you, there's like a legal element to it. Like, maybe there's a custody battle. Maybe there's legal papers involving a home or legal papers involving family members. I don't know. There's something to do with legalities. It feels like, I feel like a courthouse here. Why am I feeling hot all of a sudden? I'm also seeing a cul-de-sac, or I'm hearing like court. Maybe somebody lives on a street where it's like something court, or that's specific here. But I see a cul-de-sac, I see a dead end, I see somebody living like something court, or maybe someone plays on a court. Maybe Court or Courtney is someone's name. Maybe there's actually court involved. Somebody's got to go to court here. It doesn't mean it's anything bad. It could just be like, it's just one of those things. Could be divorce for some. Could be for paternity, custody. It could be like, you know, when you have animals, you get papers on your animals. It could be like those, like registration. It could also be a different type of registered, but I'm getting like something to do with registration, or even licenses. Like if you have a business license, you know, like in cosmetology, you have to have a business license. So you have to get that renewed. So maybe somebody has to renew their license here or something. Maybe it's a permit, like a carry permit. It could be those type things. Like if it's not legal, like courts involved, it could be just like, I have to have these, I have to be registered, or I have to, something like that. So I'm going to say this is another person, but this could be you. Feel free to reverse it. I definitely get that, but I'm feeling exhausted already. Like I felt it in a couple other messages I was doing. It just hit me out of nowhere. And there was one in particular sign I did that I felt sick. Like, ugh, Cancer, I think it was. I felt so sick. I just feel like there could be a lot of stress during this time, especially because it's like kind of, it's considered the end of the year. And so there's like just a lot to do and a lot of, what's the word? A lot of responsibilities. I'm also seeing somebody write music or something. Someone here who writes music, or it could be like, what do you call that? Royalties, or like having your, I don't know. It's something like that. It's a little confusing. I feel like there's just a lot. There's just so many things. It could be birth certificates, social security cards, like getting this, filing for new ones, or getting one in general or something. There's definite paperwork. I'm definitely picking up on some paperwork here. Doesn't feel like anything too, like, you know, it's just one of those things. It's like, it's just one of those things. So whoever this is on the outside of you, they've got a lot going on. What does the connection look like with you? I don't know. Some of you, it's a partner, and y'all just both have a lot, you know, maybe preparing for taxes, tax season for next year, something like that. Maybe the tags on a vehicle or something, or what do you, registration, like license and registration, like making sure that you have that, or that they have that. So it could be just things that most people have to go through in a relationship. If you're not in a relationship, if this isn't you, another person, like there's just a lot they're having to deal with in regards to their life, possibly their family, and responsibilities. Yeah. I'm even hearing adoption for some. That's not for everybody. It could be like adopting a pet, or it's like adoption. Some type of adoption. But yeah, yours actually doesn't feel, I don't know, it doesn't feel bad. It just, I'm really drained. I'm really drained. I feel hot. Almost like I'm just tired. I'd rather be sleeping, you know? I feel like that's the energy here. Somebody would rather be sleeping than having to deal with all these things they have to deal with. You know, it's overwhelming. It's exhausting. I'm also hearing, well, I'm hearing a lot. I'm hearing signing over someone's rights. Like someone's going to sign over their rights to something or sell something, get a new home or rehome something. There's a lot going on, but I would feel like there's a fair deal of adjustments happening during this time. And just like I said in Leo's message, adjustments can be difficult because, I mean, you're not only physically going through a change, but you're emotionally and mentally going through it, and you can feel drained because there's a reason I'm picking up on it, guys. Like somebody's coming through strongly today, and I'm feeling the energy. Definitely feeling drained, tired, exhausted, like it's dragging, you know? I don't feel like this is a person themselves who has bad energy. I think this is someone who's very responsible, but it's just a lot, you know? It would drain anybody, is what I'm hearing. It would drain anyone to have to just go through all these steps, but it's something we got to do. It's just, again, one of those things. Just one of those things. Again, I go back to what I first said by trying to do the right thing. I want to make sure I do the right thing. I want to make sure I've, you know, I choose the right place, or I choose the right people, the right person, or I handle this the correct way. It's along those lines. I want to be carefully responsible. I want to make sure I have proof. I want to make sure I have solid documentation. Yeah. Could be a divorce for some. I don't get that strongly, but for like a tiny group of you, maybe someone's going through a divorce here, and it's like finalizing the divorce, making sure everything's fair for everyone involved, you know. There's adjustments that are happening. You hear my cat? Now, there could be a bit of trepidation in regards to changes being made because, of course, like I said, again, in Leo's, you may want to watch Leo's message, but it's kind of like there's, you know, you having to adjust to things. You know, it's not always easy. It's not always comfortable. Not everybody agrees, you know. And I'm hearing not everything is a good fit, but nonetheless, it has to be fair. I think fairness is very important here about, you know, and not just that even, but like, let's say this is a romantic situation. I'm getting something specific. Someone may be like, I want to make sure that we are fair to one another. I want to make sure that I'm also fair to my truth. I want to make sure I'm fair to my children, vice versa. I also get that. You know, it's like, what do I do here? I feel like there's also still a bit of trying to figure shit out. Like, I don't really know. Because I feel like I no sooner know what I'm going to say in your message, and then I'm just like it almost feels like a message that I could easily scrap because I feel a little bit all over the place in it. Although I know exactly what I need to say, what's trying to be said, but somebody's energy, whoever this is, or you if it's reversed, is like, it's just... somebody wants to also make sure that they get their portion, or they may want to make sure that they get their money's worth or their money back, or they may want to make sure that they get their what they paid for, or something like this, right? I want to make sure that I get like I'm not trying to fuck myself at the end of the day. I'm not trying to screw myself over. I think that was the name of Leo's message, was fuck. I'm not trying to fuck myself over, you know. I'm not trying to, I'm hearing come out with nothing, or I'm not trying to like make a decision and then later on it bites me in the ass. Like, I don't want to rush. I want to be very careful. I want to make sure that all my T's are crossed and my I's are dotted, and read the fine print. Being very careful here. I also got that in, it was either Aries or Aquarius. Somebody's being very careful, which is good, you know, because this is a serious decision someone's making, or a serious, like, yeah, it's a serious decision. It could be a serious move. It could be a serious decision regarding family, children, a serious decision regarding one's own life, one's own health, one's own body. I mean, it's like a tattoo. When you get a tattoo, it's like, this is a serious decision because this shit's on me forever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be careful with the tattoos and the shit I put on my body, because also you got to consider the ink. Are there heavy metals in it? Is it, you know, because sometimes the color red can be known to have heavy metals. At least I read that somewhere. Don't hold me on that. Allegedly. But, you know, like, looking back, I would have never gotten half my tattoos at all. In fact, like, one day I hope to be able to remove all of them, and I think I would get more, but I would start over like completely different. I would get totally different things, you know. Even my kids' names, I would do them differently in a different font. It would just look more unique and organized and just uniform, not unique, but yeah, that too. You know, I would, you know, it's like a decision to do something permanent, a permanent decision someone's making, and it needs to be, you know, or at least if not permanent, it's going to be there for a while, you know, something like a tattoo. It's like, maybe it's a decision on adoption or a decision on children in some way. It's like, if we decide to do this, it's kind of, you know, it's like really permanent, you know, or it's going to be for a while. If I decide to purchase this, make a large purchase, that's a lot of money. And I want to make sure it's a home I want to live in, or I want to make sure it's a vehicle I want to drive, or some shit like that, right? It's a serious decision, or several serious decisions. It can be exhausting because I'm tired. I'm starting to pick up the momentum a little as I keep talking though. But nonetheless, I don't want to lose sight of the fact that I don't want to just get lost in, oh, it's such a beautiful home. Yes, I'll take it. Or, oh, it's such a beautiful vehicle. Yes, I'll take it. Or, oh, it's such a cute little puppy. I'll take it. But it, you know, or, oh, it's such a beautiful woman. I'll take it. But it's like, you know, oh, such a beautiful pussy. I'll take it. Like, I want to have a baby. It's like, I want to be careful, you know? I've made some decisions in my life, and maybe they haven't always been great. Yeah. So I want to be cautious. Boy, this goes right along with a couple of other messages. It is different though. I feel like whoever this is at the point of making serious decisions, or they've already made a couple permanent decisions, you know. They've already engraved it or something. It's already signed. It's already, you know, it's already been made. So someone here, it's not like a, I need to do it, but I haven't yet. It's like, no, I've already made steps in, you know. But there's something else or something like that. There's more. And that'll really, like, it's like closing on the home. You know, there's like final things here. It's like, wow. I mean, it would be like, well, I mean, this is an example, but it would be like if somebody was transitioning, if they were going from like male to female or female to male. I mean, maybe that is somebody here. It would be like that. Like, this is a serious decision. Okay, this isn't something you just make overnight. This isn't, and yeah, it's permanent, but it can be undone, I guess. It's just a lot of money and a lot of pain later. And do you want to go through that? So it's like, this is something that I'm probably not going to want to reverse later. And I want to make sure that it's like, I know what I'm doing, you know? I want to make sure that I mean, it could be as simple as like deciding if you want to start dating again, or deciding if you want to start involving yourself with people again, vice versa. If this is another person, maybe someone's deciding like, where do I take this with Virgo, vice versa? This could be you deciding, like, where do I take this? Because if I put my foot in the door, then they may want more. And I know what I'm willing to go in with it at this point, but I also know that perhaps later on more will be expected of me. And can I provide that? Can this be, maybe someone's considering purchasing I'm hearing an office or a building too. It's not for everybody, it's for some. Purchasing their own building, their own office. Maybe work, like if you're a hairdresser or something and you're like, oh, I think I'm gonna go into my own, or somebody's like, I don't know, it feels very entrepreneurial to me. Like, do I want to invest in this career idea or in purchasing or renting this property? Because it's pretty major. Like, this is a big deal and I've got a lot going on. I feel like it's more than one thing at a time though, it's not just one thing. It's like a lot of semi-serious, if not very serious decisions at the same time. And so it's a little overwhelming. I feel like somebody could even be thinking maybe it's a little too much at one time and I need to kind of simplify my permanent list. I need to simplify a few things and just, it could be as simple as somebody thinking about getting another pet when they already have a pet or something. I don't know. This can go a million ways, but I'm going to leave it here. I think we've got what we needed. I hope that made sense. I hope it wasn't too all over the place or too confusing. It feels a little like it dragged, but I think that's the point. I think that's what somebody is experiencing here. It feels like it's on the outside of you, but it could very well be you, and it could be reversed. I mean, there's different people watching, so. Get some sleep, baby. I feel like you need some sleep, maybe some Tylenol, maybe some juice. Get you some juice. Jamba juice, or we used to have a place in California that I went to. It was like one of my favorite places ever, and I've never seen it since, but it was called Robux, or not Robux. Roblox? No, not Roblox. Robux. If y'all know what Robux is, let me know. I think it was called that. It was like in California. It was in the mall. I used to work in the mall at El Torito Grill. If you guys ever heard of that, or if you're in California and I loved it. And they had like this little room, and it was so cool. It was such an experience, but you had to like park in a parking garage and walk. It was such a lot of walking, but yeah. Anyway, so I said I was gonna go, didn't I? I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.